Welcome everybody to the official 2024 preview video for the North American Sim Racing Network. I've got a lot of stuff planned this year. I just want to go over what's been going on recently, why I'm back, why I haven't really been here for the last year, and just with the sheer amount of stuff that I got planned for this year, thought it would be appropriate to put it into its all own video here for the Nasrn. So let's get into it. First off, we've got the special events, and I'll also use a slide to explain where I've been for the last year. So currently we've got 3 special events planned. We've got the New Year's 500, which we've already completed. Congratulations to Donnie Fallington on winning that in Daytona. Speaking of Daytona, we go right back to it with the 2.4 hours of Daytona. That's going to be on January 26th. More info on that later on in the video. And I'm thinking about having a possible fall race in October, November, sometime like that, to be determined. And I'll use this time to explain where I've really been for the last year. Just college has been really kicking my butt. Just sophomore year, kind of bit off more than I can chew. Got into a little bit of trouble at school, really. By that, I just went to the hospital twice in 1 week. Just didn't really like what I was doing. So I decided that, over the summer, it's time for me to change gears. Left my college radio station and decided, I'm just going to try and take the summer to just do whatever. I got a job at a local model railroad over by my house and learned a couple of trades there and really just treated the summer as a mini trade school just to get my head straight. And, now that I'm back here, I figured, I really want to get back into some NR content. I'm here for the commentary. That's what this channel really started was, as just a practice of my commentary. And now that ice hockey is beginning to wind down, the closer we get into February, just trying to really scope out myself and just really plan for the summer and try to have something to do while I find something full-time over the summer. But right now we got the special event races that are just going to be in January and probably in October. You're probably wondering, hey, I know that we've already got one of these done. Why did you need to make an update video just for that? Well, we've got a new series on deck. Series number 1, the Winston All-American Series, a brief 15-race dash for the championship. Just a little series for me to really ease myself back into some commentary. We're going to be using the original cut mod here in NR 2003, and unlike the MBCS, we're not going to have any customs or teams. It's just going to be 42 guys signing up using a car set that I kind of painted, so you could argue that it's a custom car set, but whatever. It's really that. But I've been working on this for the last month and a half or so. Whenever I've got spare time, just trying to paint a couple cars. But the signups for that are going to be this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and 42 cars, and yeah, it's going to be fun. Let's go over the schedule real quick, starting off with a race at Michigan on January 19th. Then we go to North Wilkesboro, Papyrus, Homestead, Miami, and Talladega, some tracks that I'm used to with on the MBCS circuit. Then we go to Oregon, which is basically 1997 Atlanta that I made for one of my friends, Brandon Wilmington. Then is the big one that I'm praying to God doesn't crap my computer. The Dollar General Illinois Grand Prix at Thornton. We're going to try and get this to go, and if it doesn't, we'll probably end up having it some other track in the Midwest, probably Heartland Park. But I've done some testing. I think it's doable, and I'm really hoping it is, because Thornton is one of those, it's an interesting track to say the least here in NR 2003. Then another one is Levi Strauss right down here for the Superflow Showdown. That track can only hold 30 cars. So what I'm planning on doing is having, splitting the top half and the bottom half in points. And excuse me, apologize for my cough, by the way. It's just I've been battling a cold the last couple of weeks. But basically, you're going to have 2 heat races, and the top 15 in those heat races will advance on to the main show, and everybody else will get points for wherever they finish, yada yada. I'll figure that out then we go down to Atlanta, Indianapolis, Watkins Glen, Charlotte, Hillside, Rockingham, and finally we end on March 8th with the Jegs 250 at Daytona. Only Thornton, Levi Strauss, and Oregon are the only new tracks added to the rotation here for the Winston All-American Series. But yeah, pretty short series, January 19th to March 8th, so about a month and a half of just 15 races. And, they're going to be short races, probably about 20, 25 minutes in length, so perfect for a modern-day audience. But that's not the only new thing we've got. Let me introduce the Flowmaster GT Championship. Yes, the Daytona 2.4 is not only a special event, it marks the season opener of the new GT Championship that we're going to be having this season. Going to be a race once a month, so 12 races across the year, and signups for that will be January 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the same thing with the WAS. No custom paint schemes or teams, and then we're going to have it on the PTA mod like we usually do the Daytona 2.44. I've wanted to do this for the last couple of years because the Daytona 2.4 is personally my favorite event to run all throughout the year. I've loved doing it for the last couple of years, and here we are back to doing it, but I really want to expand it. The reason that races are once a month is because holy Christmas, those things are pains in the butt to really edit and put together. None of them are going to be as long as the Daytona 2.4, but it's still going to be interesting to put them all together. Then we'll go to the schedule for this. On January, we've got the Mike's 2.4 Hours of Daytona at Daytona. Then in February, we've got the Napa, California Grand Prix at Willow Springs. Then in March, we were at Papyrus for the Duncan New England Grand Prix. In April, we're at Denver. Still need to come up with a race name for this. I don't want to go South Park Grand Prix because I already do that for the NBCS. But that'll be at the Denver Motorsports Park. Then another new track, we've got the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez for the Telcel Cinco de Mayo Grand Prix in May. Then the Canada Day Classic at Canadian Tire on June 30th, and 5 days later, we're back in the States for Watkins Glen, the Firecracker at the Glen. I want to point out these two races, actually just this one race, the Autodromo at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. It's actually the first time we're venturing down south of the border in the North American Sim Racing Network, since it's, the North American. We got Canada, US, and Mexico. But aside from that, we go down to Watkins Glen. Then in August, we go to Old Spice. Then in September, it's the Thornton 13 at Thornton. Gonna try this again. 13 laps of Thornton. Praying to God my computer does not poop itself. Then in October, we've got the Long Island Fall Classic at Bridgehampton. Then we've got the Spam Grand Prix of Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park. I'm looking forward to this one. And finally, on Christmas, we've got the California Christmas Classic at Riverside. 12 races, all within their each months, and that is going to be fun. But finally, this is what I'm most excited to bring back as well, and hopefully going to be bringing this back, like a 75% chance of this happening, but your eyes do not deceive you. Yes, 75% chance as of right now that the Mission Barbecue Cup Series will be returning for the 2024 season. I know, I haven't even finished the 2022 season yet. You're probably wondering, well, he hasn't done that in 2 years. Why the heck are you even doing it now? Because I want to, because I'm actually going to, not sit on my laurels about this. But I will upload the 2022 finale in the coming weeks. That is a given. That's why that's bolded up there. And like I said, most likely back for 2024, like 75%. And of course, we're going to be using our third different mod for this series. Going to be using the Splash and Go Graphics Cup 2005 mod. If you watched my video, the New Year's 500 video, you were commenting on how much I love that mod and how much I want to see the damage model. We're going to have 35 races of this chaos once again with the Cup 2005 mod, which looks a little better than the Cup 2000. It's got the same damage model or damage quality that Splash and Go Graphics is always known for. I'm excited to use that, and the paint schemes will remain the same from 2022 unless owners can repaint them. Speaking of which, yes, of course, this will be custom once again, but if teams want to stay the same with the drivers and all that, then unless the owners want to paint their own paint schemes, then they're just going to stay the same because that limits the amount of work that I need to do. So the preseason schedule for the NBCS, We're going to have 35 races May through October once again. Owners and driver roll call will be March 15th, right after the WASP concludes. New owner signups will be March 22nd. I'll give everybody 1 week to respond to me, and then if you don't, then your charter will go up for sale. For new owner signups, and owner signups will be in the Discord. Link to that down in the description. I probably should have said that by now, but link will be down in the description for our Discord server. The new driver signups will be April 12th. Templates will drop on March 15th, and then the scheme deadline will be April 5th. It's kind of out of order, but basically it goes to templates. Owners and driver roll call will be on March 15th. Same thing with the templates dropping. March 22nd is the new owners signups, and it gives everybody a couple of weeks to finish their schemes, which will do April 5th. And the new driver signups will be April 12th, and we'll get to the races in May. I don't have the schedule for the NBCS up just yet. That will be the closer we get to the season, like if I'm legitimately going to do this. But right, like I said, there's a 75% chance that I do, so 3 out of 4 chance. Just trying to see how WASP goes, how busy I get with the spring, because I don't know if I'm calling baseball or anything like that for this new company I'm working with. We'll just go from there, but that's going to do it for the update video. Like I said, Discord link is going to be down in the description, and next time I'll see you guys will be this Friday night at 8 o'clock for the signups for the Winston All-American Series, and the rules for that will be in the video. But that's going to do it for me. On behalf of literally nobody, my name is Trey Wright, and thank you for listening to my rambling for the last 7 minutes.